AI agents are everywhere, automating tasks and making decisions at machine speed. But agents make mistakes. Just one rogue agent can do big damage before you even notice. Rubrik Agent Cloud is the only platform that helps you monitor agents, set guardrails, and rewind mistakes, so you can unleash agents, not risk. Accelerate your AI transformation at Rubrik.com. That's RUBRIK.com.
If you're a podcast host, listen up, this one's for you. My name is Allie Jackson. I'm the host of Finding Mr. Height, a dating and relationship podcast that I've been doing for 4 years now, sharing my positive and practical approach to dating that's built on my own life experience. And I wanted to share another experience that I've had, my secret behind monetizing my show. It's called Red Circle, and I was just telling my colleague about how much I love their platform. With Red Circle, not only am I getting a seamless hosting experience, but I also love the support I receive in ad sales. It's not just typical ad sales either. It's targeted opportunities based on my show and my life. And the platform is super simple. You just set your preferences and Red Circle matches you with sponsors that align with your show. You can vet every opportunity and their platform gives you great analytics. More recently too, my Red Circle team has brought me opportunities outside of my podcast on social media to really augment the podcast partnerships, bring them full circle. I just can't recommend them enough. If you want to give it a try, go to redcircle.com to get your free trial. That's redcircle.com for a free trial.
What's up, Buffalo Fanatics? Josh Allen here. Just wanted to say, go Bills.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy. Back at it again. Welcome to another edition of the Rico Report, brought to you by the Buffalo Fanatics. Yes, sir. Fresh off of 0-2. Hey, fresh off of 0-2, it doesn't feel good. It's one of those situations, man. These Bills got to pull their shit together and dig themselves out of this hole. This 0-2 hole that, listen, man, as much as we want to sit here and be disappointed in what these, and what we've been able to put, pretty much put on the field, it's a situation that we could, it'd be better off. I mean, listen, I can't sugarcoat it. I'm sitting here trying to sugarcoat it and try to put the best thing forward, but it's not possible. It's not possible because it sucks. In a division where we should be leading it, in a division that we should not be third place. I know there's a lot of season left. In a conference where we should be still one of the top teams, but you know what I mean, now people, you know what I mean, looking down on the Bills. And sadly, that's probably what this team needs, which is, I say sadly, because we're past that stage of putting ourselves in, you mean, woe is us, they're hating on us, wait till we show them. We're past that. We were there then when, you know, people didn't believe in us, so we had to make people believe in us, right? Into the team. We're past that. At least we should be. But now we're oh, see, they're counting us out. So we got to go prove. Why do you need to be motivated that way? And that's what it feels like. That's at least what it feels like. They're counting the Bills out. Look what they're doing. All right, so we're 0-2. Okay, you see how they turned on us, guys? All right, let's show them. No, but the expectation was high. The expectation was high, and we anticipated you guys having a solid year. Now, here's the realistic part. Before the season started, forget about your feelings right now. By the way, salute to everybody tuned in right now. If you missed Tuesday's show, you're not the only one. So did I. I missed Tuesday's show because I was under the weather. Boy, did I get hit. Whatever the heck is out there, it got your boy. And Sunday, I was feeling the effects. I don't know if you guys saw, but I was into the mic a little bit. And I was like, I'm gonna let it pass. Monday, Tuesday, that boy knocked my black ass out for sure. The chills, the sweats, all that. So I'm only starting to come to right now. So if you see me kind of mute the mic and kind of get to it, you know what's up. But anyway, back to it. So it feels as though we thrive on being the underdog. But for how long can you be the underdog? There's a point where you got to now say, okay, we're being hunted. We're quote unquote the least, you know what I'm saying, flawed team. We're pretty much solid everywhere from defense to offense, special teams. Like, this is the team that when you look at all sections, you're like, I don't see much flaws, right? Tight end room, Dawson Knox, young and upcoming guy. Offensive line room has stayed, if not, you know what I mean, above average. I think we're above average, and we got a little better with adding pieces like Saffold, right? The RB room stayed the same, and some might say it got better because since we made the draft of James Cook and we moved on from, from our old Zach Moss. So some might say it got better. You know what I'm saying? The receiving room, Gabe Davis. I mean, I can go on, right? At one point, you knew we were going to lose a couple games here and there. Is what I guess I'm trying to get to this. You knew we were, like, at the beginning of the year when we said, what do you predict this record is going to be? On average, a lot of us said, I don't know, like we'll probably go like 13-4, 14-3. You know what I'm saying? Some people had us with just 12 wins. So this is on pace to what we were anticipated to, have our record be. Now, that aside, we are currently in an 0-2 hole. An unexpected loss to the New York Jets. Didn't see that one coming. I don't think anybody saw that one coming. At least not now. I knew they were going to give us a match, but I just didn't see it coming. But nonetheless, we lost. And then our latest loss last week against the Vikings. Tough loss. Now, we are Friday. I'm not going to sit here and chime in on what happened last week. We know what happened last week. We didn't play our best football. We turned the ball over. We didn't run the ball well. That's all she wrote. You know what I'm saying? Mistakes. That's what. Listen, when you turn the ball over and you can't run the ball, that's a recipe for not winning football game. And you didn't just turn the ball over one time; you turned it over 4 times. So that's a recipe for not winning. You're not going to win games when you do that. You know what I'm saying? So that's number 1. Number 2, Josh Allen didn't play well. Overall, statistically, if you look at it, he had over 300 yards. But what we needed and when we needed from Josh, for him to kind of be a closer and do what he's supposed to do on the offense side of the ball, we missed the mark. Now, there's been play after play of breaking down this and breaking down that and how we could have won the game with 4th and 18, all of those things. It happens. You know what I'm saying? It does happen. It's shitty, but it effing happens. But we lost the game. You know what I'm saying? And the Vikings are a good team. They made big plays. We made big plays, but just not enough. Just not enough at the end of the day. Everyone was to, I guess, I don't want to come blame, but be accountable, right? From coaching to player execution to just overall, like, just we got our coach, we got our played, and that was it, right? So we're now going back 2 games, and I'm bringing all this up because now there's 2 full games that we can go. This team has to now go back and see where we made mistakes here, where we made mistakes in the Jets game, where we made mistakes in the Vikings game. Now you have other teams like the Browns right now. How did the Vikings get them? How did the Jets get them? All right, that's our formula. That's what we got to do. So 0-2 right now in the last 2 games it sounds nasty. And the worst part of this is the fact that we're 0-2 in our division is what makes things even worse. You know what I'm saying? We're 0-2 in the division, and we're on a 2-game skid. It's nasty. Now, we've got to get out of it. We've got to get out of this skid. And where does it begin? Well, most people will say, well, it begins with the quarterback. Well, I'm not going to go there today. At least not right off the bat. I'm not going to go there. Joseph Riley said it right now. Joseph, you ain't wrong, man. Humble pie effing sucks. Yo, it does. It does, brother. It does. It's not a good feeling. It's not a good feeling, man. You gotta eat that pie, man. Give me a big old slice. And as a fan base, I mean, we're the ones doing all the chatting online and this, there, and all over the place. You know how that is. It's just the way fan bases roll. My team's better than yours, and then we compare the stats and we do this, that, and the third. And that's how, you know what I'm saying? That's how the social media game works when it comes to people that, you know what I mean, root for this team. But knowing what we need to do, it starts with coaching. More specifically, I got a bone to pick with Ken freaking Dorsey. Now, the bone I have to pick with Ken Dorsey is not because he's some trash OC. He's not. He's not. You know what I'm saying? Because this man with his play calling has led us to 6 wins this year. You know what I'm saying? And we're most likely going to get more wins. So I'm not worried about that. However, I'm confused. And this is where maybe some fans may feel the same way I do. I am confused as to, and I shared this in the group chat, with what front office has done and what front office is pretty much showing us what they want to do, showing us that this is the direction they want to take, but then how we go about using said weapon, said scheme isn't working. So let me give you an example of what I mean. Right? So we're going through the offseason. We bring in Roger Saffold, Quessenberry. You know what I'm saying? These guys are big boys. They come from a team that ran the ball extremely well. So you're like, okay, the philosophy is changing. We're bringing in guys that, you know what I mean, that love to run block and want to get in there. So this team is looking like we're going to be doing a lot of running the football. Free agency hits, right? We get those 2 guys. Then we bring in OJ Howard. We're like, okay, OJ Howard, that'd be nice. So OJ Howard, this is gonna be what we're gonna do a lot of, you know what I mean, double tight end sets. This is gonna be cool. We're gonna be, the sky's the limit with what this offense is gonna be doing. Holy crap, we just made a draft, and the draft is, oh shit, we just drafted James Cook. Okay, we're probably gonna be a very balanced team. We're gonna run the ball a lot. We're gonna this, that, and the third, right? Oh no, guess what? We brought in Aaron Cromer. Last time we had Aaron Cromer was part of a team that was one of the best at running the football when we had LaShawn McCoy, right? Oh shit, Aaron Cromer's back. That'll be great. This will jumpstart what we didn't have the year before. Let's get this run game going. All those sounds great, right? Like we're gonna do that. We get into the season, we're not even close to doing any of the things that it showed on the rest on the grocery list. Here's a grocery list. It's like you went and said, here's what I want on my grocery list, and this is what we're cooking. And then you bring the grocery list to the kitchen, and chef cooks you a whole different meal. You're like, yo, I got you all these things to, you know what I mean, cook this wonderful meal. And nah, you just cook something completely different. I'm confused, right? So I, as a guest to this restaurant, we're looking at the menu, we're like, okay, this is great. Love what I'm seeing here. And your meal comes out and it's completely something different. You feel me? Like it shit doesn't make any sense to me, right? David Koulis comes in and says, yo, don't forget Jamison Crowder. Like there was a lot of things. Now, keep in mind, things have changed. Obviously, Jamison Crowder he got injured. And I think that it muddied the waters a little bit because I don't think this is just my opinion. I don't think management anticipated the camp that Isaiah McKenzie was going to have. I think they expected Jamison Crowder to come in and pretty much outright win that position, right? And then Jamison Crowder gets hurt. More time for McKenzie. McKenzie proves himself. It was very clear. And then boom, Jamison Crowder's not hurt. And now OJ Howard cut. So maybe things have changed. I don't know, but it's just completely freaking different. Completely different. Somebody asked me if it's snowing where I'm at. You know what? Where I'm at, not a flake of snow. Where I'm at. See, this is the beauty and the curse of living where I'm at is that the beauty is snow. Snow does come. Don't get me wrong, but it doesn't snow often here. And if it does snow, it snows for a day or two. We got a lot of snow. We get dumped on, and then 2 days later, it melts because the temperatures go up and down. When you're so close to the ocean, man, I'm still trying to figure out the weather system out here in Nova Scotia. It is up and down. You know what I'm saying? But it's a damp cold. So it's a little different. But anyway, no snow out here, man. So I'm enjoying it. No snow for me. I ain't got a shovel. I ain't got to do any of that stuff. So shout out to those in Buffalo that are dealing with the snow right now. Kudos to you. I mean, I was just upstairs talking to the wife, talking about, yo, should we start turning on the heat now? You know what I mean? Because I'm not dad. I'm the dad that's like put a toque on, put a long sleeve, put some socks on, put a hoodie on. But what about the baby? Put a hoodie on that man too. Everybody put a hoodie on. We gonna be straight. We gonna tough it out until we really need to put the heat on. And so right now it went below. So we're at -1 right now. So right now I'm like, all right, maybe it's time to turn the heat up. You're cheap. Maybe I am cheap. I'm that guy that's watching the heat bill, like, yo, do you need the heat? Do you need the heat on right now? You don't? Put a damn hoodie on. Anyway, I digress. So no snow around here, but there's a lot of snow in Buffalo, that's for sure. So right now, based on what we were doing to like what Buffalo showed us that they're going to do all offseason, is just completely different. So now, fast forward to what we have right now. We aren't running the ball effectively. We are a pass-heavy team. Josh Allen right now is in this funk where he's turning the ball over. And then recently he put out a quote that something that I've been saying for a long time now is that this guy does not trust a lot of his teammates. And it's clear. And he even said it. I need to start trusting my teammates. I'm paraphrasing here, but in the realm of what he's saying is I need to start trusting the guys around me instead of me having to do everything on my own. We've been saying that. And the prime example of that is when it's a read option, when he could clearly give it to Devin Singletary, he holds on to it for himself because maybe he just doesn't trust that Devin's going to get it, or he feels like it's safer in my hand, or maybe it's the freaking right read that he made. However, it's often that I see that he'll pull it away and take it himself, right? So there's going to come a time where you got to trust the guys around you. If the dump off that is right there and he's got no one around him, and we need 15 yards, Devin may be able to get that 15 if you dump it to him, if you give him that chance. Now, we love it when he doesn't check down because I praise it. Yo, we don't check down for shit. We go for the sticks, right? But it's biting us in the ass right now. You know what I'm saying? He's got 10 interceptions this year. And those 10 interceptions, 6 of those came in the last 3 games. So we need there needs to be a honing in on the trying to go for the gusto. And as sexy and as much as we want that from Josh Allen, it hasn't served us well the last couple games. You know what I'm saying? And right now he's at 10 interception, leading the league. We don't like that. Leading the league in interceptions. We got to chill out on that, especially if we're trying to really push for this spot. We're trying to push for number 1 spot. And right now, number 1 seed, I'm not saying it's eluding us. It's not officially out of our grasp, but my goodness, it's not looking good right now. Now, we're 6-3. It's not the end of the world, but we are going up against not a great matchup. And I hate to break it to people, but this matchup coming up with the freaking Cleveland Browns, I do not like. I don't like it one bit. Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt are problematic. Nick Chubb is quintessentially the RB1 in this game. Saquon Barkley is up there. Nick Chubb is number 1 in my opinion. Right now, it is Nick Chubb. This guy is a problem. Now, the defense has had some problems now. We've had some shakiness on stopping the run. Dalvin Cook just busted out for over 100 yards on us. The week before that, we had the Jets ran for 174. And the week prior to that, we had Green Bay run for 200. So there's a trend. And right now we're trending in not the right direction. And the way to shut that down is to really put out a performance that shuts everything down. But the problem is we're going up against one of the best rushing attacks in the game with the Cleveland Browns. I don't like this freaking matchup. I'm not saying we were doomed. I just don't like the matchup. The matchup was already a tough one when we faced the New York Jets, you know what I'm saying, with two strong corners and a good run game and a top 10 defense. That matchup was already going to be a challenging one. The X factor obviously was going to be Wilson. But Wilson didn't have a great, fantastic game, but he made plays when they needed to happen. Garrett Wilson went off on us. And that's what kept moving the sticks for these guys, right? But man, it's a tough one. My man Radimus is like, yo, Rico, just say it, man. You think we're losing? Nah, man, I just don't like the matchup. The matchup, it's a tough matchup. It's not like most people with a 3-6 record, the Cleveland Browns, most people would say, man, the Bills got this. We're about to take this and we're going to get back on track. Because that's what most folks are going to try to say is that, oh, we should be able to take care of the Cleveland Browns with, you know what I'm saying, with a quarterback that ain't nobody respecting and defense is letting almost 25 points they're allowing a game, Cleveland Browns. So most folks would say, nah, we got this. But the matchup, I don't like it. I don't like this matchup for us. You know what I'm saying? This is going to be more of a challenging game than us blowing this team out. That is for sure. Dakota J, Jets fan Dakota J. What's up, Dakota? He says, Buffalo will get it right this Sunday. They haven't been the same since the Jets game. Hate to break it to you, brother. It wasn't the Jets game that haven't been the same since. They haven't been the same since the second half of the Packers game, right? And then it trickled into the Jets game. And then we kind of got it back on top with the Vikings game, but we just gave the freaking Vikings game away. We just didn't capitalize. We made too many mistakes. Turnovers, fumbles, we gave them 7 points in the freaking end zone. You know what I'm saying? Like you catch what I'm saying, man. So it's gonna be a tough one, man. It's gonna be a tough matchup. I'm not a big fan of it, but there are some keys to the victory, and this is where I come in. This is where my thought process will say, like, this is where we have our angles, right? And obviously, some of it is going to be obvious, but right now, there's some things that I need to make sense of before I go into how we're gonna, get out of there with a W. So first things first, we're not playing in Buffalo. The Bills will not be playing in Buffalo. The Bills will be playing in Detroit. The Bills game, because of too much snow, I think they're going to I think people that live in Buffalo right now, you guys can tell me right now if you guys are in Buffalo. What is that? Are you guys at 5 feet yet? I know you guys are around 3 feet, give or take 3 feet, 3.5 feet. So, and I'm looking at the pictures from some of the Bills fans. I'm looking at pictures from people on Twitter. Y'all got a lot of snow, and and I'm not coming from a climate that has no snow whatsoever. I lived in Ontario, and Ontario's right next to Buffalo, and we know our snowstorms when they come. So it's not like I don't know what this snow is all about. So y'all getting dumped on right now. So it is tough. So for those that live in Buffalo, y'all let me know. So Dave Coolis says, 59 inches in Orchard Park right now. Ooh-wee. There you go, man. You guys see it. There's what Jeff K says between 4.5 to 5 feet already. And it's probably going to keep dumping. It's probably going to keep dumping on you guys. Now, the word is it's supposed to be kind of on its tail end by Saturday morning. So this is when, the plows are going to start getting out there, and they're probably going to get out there tonight. Who knows? Plows are going to start getting out there and kind of clearing the way. So which gives enough time for Bills players to get en route, get on the flight, and get over to Detroit. Good thing is Detroit's not a far flight. I think it's like an hour and a half flight, if that. I think people said it was 45 minutes, but I think it's an hour and a half flight. But anyway, so we'll see how that plays out. But right now, people are snowed in, man, and there's not a whole lot that can be done right now. So stay safe while you guys are out there. My man James, what's up, James? Comes in and says, "Hey, Rico, man, let's pull Vaughn back to LB and add another big boy on front four. Go with 4 secondary. What do you think, bro?" No need to move Von Miller from where he's at because the guy's versatile. Either he stands up on the edge and drops back in coverage. I mean, there's so many ways you can kind of mask schemes and defenses, and make it look like he's coming on a blitz or he's coming off of a rush, and then he drops. I mean, there's so many things. So no need to move things around when it comes down to execution, man. Like, luckily, we're somewhat healthy on the defensive front. It's not like we're missing a whole lot of people. Right now, it's just Greg Rousseau. And I can't say just Greg Rousseau because Greg Rousseau is such a huge piece on the run defense. But nonetheless, it's not like we're out of it. We still got AJ. We still got, Carlos Basham. We still got Ed Oliver, DeQuan Jones. I mean, we're stacked on the defensive front. We've always known that. And on top of that, we got Von Miller. No need to move things around. I like what you're thinking, but it's not necessary. We don't need to move things around. We got to keep it the way it is. It's just we got to execute. That's what it comes down to, man. We got to execute at the end of the day. My man, shout out to my man, the Ref. What's up, Ref? Ref comes in and says, "Hey, man, the Bills the last couple of years seem like a glass cannon in the regular season. When we're on, we're on. When someone steps in and puts us in our place, we carry that for a few weeks with struggles." You know what? Sometimes it happens, man. Sometimes, I mean, here's the worst part. It happened to us around the same time in the middle of the season where I wouldn't say we're feeling ourselves too much, but we start to get in a routine of like, okay, so if nobody's going to stop this, we're going to keep going and doing what we do. So the minute a team came in and stopped what we were doing and inflicted a little bit more pain on us, we didn't react well to it. So we're like, all right, we're still a solid team. We'll just get back to what we do the following week. We lose again the following week. Now we're like, oh shit. Let's now start really looking ourselves in the mirror. And I think that's what's happening right now. So this game coming up is a crucial one because it'd be a terrible look, right? If the Bills go on a 3-game lose streak. It'd be an awful look. Now, is it the end of the world? No. But is it an awful look? Absolutely, it's an awful look. Because now we'll be in the likes of fighting to get back to winning this division. And that's where we need to be, right? So yes, it would be an awful look to lose another game. But there are teams that have been in rough spots. Look at the Titans. The Titans started off rough this year, right? And look at them now. You know what I'm saying? They weathered the storm and they're back into, getting into the winning football, right? They had some bumps and bruises along the way, but they're back to winning football. The Dolphins, they went on a 3-game slide. After they beat us, they went on a 3-game slide. And guess right back to it. They're right back to winning football games, and they're now leading the division at a 7-3 record, right? So it happens. It does happen. So if this is our take our lumps, then so be it, man. I mean, listen, man. Dolphins are 7-3. They lead the division right now. The Bengals are 6-3. Excuse me. The Ravens are 6-3. We beat the Ravens, right? They're 6-3. They lead their division right now. The Tennessee Titans, they started off rough, right? Didn't they? Didn't they start off like 0-2, 0-3, something like that, something stupid, right? They're now 7-3. They lead their division, and it was looking pretty shaky at first. So like, there's going to be moments where we go through our shaky moments, right? The Kansas City Chiefs are 7-2, right? And they're looking like one of the best teams in the AFC. However, let's keep it real. They lost to us. They lost to the Colts. They almost lost to the Raiders. So they had some shaky games themselves. But at the end of the day, they pulled out the W. It don't matter. And nothing else matters. It's where they're at right now. So they're 7-2. We just have to get back to it one game at a time and just get back on track. You know what I'm saying? And then things will fall into place where they're supposed to. But it all starts with a quarterback. But I'm going to go further into it starts with more specifically Ken Dorsey. Now, let me get to my point because I got away from it, but I want to get back into it. So I talked about what the front office was able to put on the menu for us. And then Ken Dorsey would come in and cook the meal. But Ken Dorsey's been cooking, some different meals, right? So we're like, okay, so what's going on, fam? So let me get right into where my bone is. with Ken Dorsey. So, and I don't want to say I gotta carefully say what I'm going to say, but it's not about carefully saying. It's just like, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? So, do you need to get on Josh Allen's case of, you know what I'm saying, protecting the football? Kind of like when Dable chewed Josh Allen out for not protecting the football, because Dable did get on his ass, and we all saw it. Yo, what are you doing? And get on his ass, right? So that's something that Dorsey could do. But here's what I need to understand, right? So we are going, and this is we go and trade for Nyheim Hines. We trade away Zach Moss. We have James Cook. So you think, okay, maybe we're gonna head into the running phase. We're gonna try to, take a little bit off of Josh Allen, especially because after he hurt his elbow, let's start kind of running the football. No, we don't. Right? First half looked a little more balanced. Second half, training wheels off and went right back to what we were doing before. Heavy pass, depending on Diggs, depending on the pass game, and we neglect the run game. Right? So more so on Ken before I get on Josh, right? So this week, we have 4 healthy receivers. All right. Kumro is on injured reserve. We just brought in AJ Klein. AJ Klein now is going to be on this active roster. Tremaine Edmonds is out this game. So it's going to be a lot of Tyrell Dotson, potentially AJ Klein. But knowing how coach deals, you know what I mean? Coach freaking McDermott, a guy comes on the team, he won't even play him. We got Dean Marlowe that hasn't even touched on the freaking field yet. We got Nyheim Hines that's been on the team 3 weeks now. 3 weeks? Is it 3 weeks now? Going on 4 or 3 weeks? I think we're on 3 weeks now. Has yet to have a rushing, has not even touched the ball in terms of, and it's hard for me to even say it. It's like you traded for the guy, you haven't even gotten touched yet. What's up with that? I don't get it. Right? So you start questioning shit. Yeah, yo, Dorsey, what are you doing? So now you got 4 receivers now, 4 healthy receivers. Isaac McKenzie, Stephon Diggs, Gabe Davis. Who am I missing? Kumro's hurt. Stevenson's on IR. Khalil Shakir. They're your 4. You got 4 healthy receivers. Shakir, McKenzie, Davis, and Diggs. All right. And you got obviously your tight ends. So we're probably going to go double tight ends. We're going to get some guys in there. Reggie Gilliam can play a little tight end as well. All right. So now what? And you had 6 RBs active last week. So what are we doing? I'd love to know what Ken Dorsey's up to. You're 4 receivers now, bro. You ain't got nobody else. Are you just going to continue to just keep whipping the ball out and just neglect the run? I'm curious. You know what I'm saying? Those are the things that I'm curious to see what Dorsey's going to do, because right now your chin is getting checked right now. You got your chin checked twice by the Vikings and the Jets. So now what? We haven't scored in the second half in 3 games. So now it's on Dorsey to be like, all right, yo, what can I cook up to try to get this offense back over the hump? That's number 1, right? That's what Ken. And then there's Josh. I'm not gonna rip on Josh enough. I mean, I talked at length, and some people were saying I was too harsh last week. I couldn't believe people telling me you're too harsh. I wasn't harsh enough, personally. This team is destined to do so damn good this year, but when we give the freaking ball away, it's a moot point for us even talking about going to the Super Bowl and talking about playoffs. You can't give the football away, and we know better. And it's not like we don't have the weapons to do it. Shouldn't be giving the ball away, baby. So we need to fix that. Whatever mental block that Josh Allen is going through, fix that shit. You're a professional. Fix it. Find a way. Find a way. By the way, salute to my man, Maybach Mel. Smash that like while you guys are here. Let me get into it. So those are the things that's been on my mind, right? And I'm sitting here going come on, fam. What are we doing here? So hopefully this time that Josh has had to reflect and really, go touch through the game and talk to Coach Brady and Cromer and everybody kind of settle him down and let him get back to it. But you got to trust the guys around you. And I'm not just talking about just Diggs, because we know you and Diggs got it. That shit clicks like nothing. But it's time to now Dorsey's got to try to get the game involved for guys like Dawson Knox, Nyheim Hines, James Cook, like the guys that, you brought on that were supposed to be so damn versatile. Let's start using these guys, man. Like, when is that going to happen? Because right now we're going up against a good matchup. It's a decent matchup. Now, Greg Newsome, starting cornerback for the Cleveland Browns, apparently concussed after running into a player on Friday's practice. He's out for the game. So they're depleted a little bit on the corner side. So we're banged up, but we got to see what was happening. But right now, man, it's rough, man. It's rough. So Bills fans, we just gotta, chill out and see if these guys will get their act together, because right now, going 0-3, the optics is horrible. People are going to get on our case like you would not believe. They are going to get on our case. My man Sheldon Cole says, "Yo, Rico, I have problems with Ken Dorsey. It's unfortunate." Listen, man. Ken Dorsey's got a big task ahead of him. He's got a big task ahead of him, because right now, what ends up happening is people start to now bring up Brian Daboll. Would Brian Daboll allow this crap? Wouldn't Brian Daboll chew him? I already brought up Brian Daboll, and I didn't even mean to. I brought it up because it was just on my mind. His job is to let me get things back on track, because I don't want to hear anybody talking about no Brian Daboll nonsense. And here's another thing too. Coach McDermott brought in counsel because he knows you're a first-year caller. So he's bringing guys to fortify, the offense. Aaron Cromer's there. Brady's there. So lean on these guys. I mean, there's no reason that we should be going through, we don't know how to use our weapons, because that's what it looks like. We don't know how to utilize our weapons. It's like these guys are collecting dust. And I can't say that our offense is so complex that these guys can't jump on the field. The same freaking weekend that Christian McCaffrey got traded to the 49ers, he was playing. Same weekend, and a contributor. Last week, James Robinson gets traded from the freaking Jacksonville Jaguars. When we played 2 weeks ago, when he got traded from the Jacksonville Jaguars. Bro, he was already playing that game and was a big-time contributor. I don't want to hear that, these guys are still getting acclimated. Come on, man. Come on. Enough already. I'm not trying to hear all that shit. Get these guys on the field, put the best guy on there, and let's go. Let's roll. So all eyes are gonna be on what Ken Dorsey and this offensive crew and offensive staff is going to do against a Cleveland Browns defense that is not that great. Not that great. So we're going to see how this goes. They're 3-6 right now. Cleveland Browns right now are allowing 238 points. 238 points. That's like one of the highest in the AF, in the freaking, hold on. Let me see where they rank right now. Bro, that's a bottom tier defense right now. That's a bottom tier defense, the Cleveland Browns. They're allowing 238 points against their defense. No. The differential is minus 21. We can't do that. The Bills right now, the differential for the Bills is plus 99. We should be able to come in here and handle business. But you know what? This league is a league where funny things have happened. So we just got to make sure that we're not part of that funny business. We don't want to be part of that funny business. Now, that's Ken Dorsey. Josh Allen knows what he's got to do. Trust your freaking guys around you. Stop being a hero. You already know that. That's the conversation that's being had right now. You already alluded to it and admitted that you need to trust your guys around you. So it's not like anybody's making it up. You're saying it yourself. So do it. Right? Remember what the big old thing was this year? Josh Allen usually works on things and he usually excels and does really well at them. Right? I want to work on my deep ball. The deep ball has not been great. Last year, deep ball was freaking A1, right? This year was like, I want to get my guys to have run after catch. That's the biggest thing. Yet to see it. I've yet to see the run after catch business. So there's things that, you know what I mean, we could get better at. I'm still waiting. I'm still looking for it. All right. That's one. Offense can't be the only one getting it. Let's get after that defense. Right now, we knew this was going to happen without Trey White. 2 young corners. You know what I'm saying? There's gonna be some good days and there's gonna be some bad days. And last week was not a good day. Last week was not a good day. My man Justin Jefferson absolutely went off on the Bills secondary. It didn't matter who was covering him. He was catching that. He was making a play. And the biggest play came on one of the best catches that a lot of people have seen. I thought it was a great catch. I don't think it was amazing, but it was still freaking damn good. It was still pretty damn good. All we had to do was bat that ball down, but we didn't. So what that tells me is we lack experience back there, right? Now, coaching. Why? And now I'm not questioning the reason as to why we had. Hold on, somebody said my man Mike. What's Rico? Mike say? Mike says, "Yo, I hope Rico does his picks before his voice gives out." Yo, you hear my voice, right? So, looking at this defense is a good defense. We're a top 10 defense. I think we might be out of the top 10 defense. I think we're still top 10 defense, based on what kind of defense we have, and the statistics. But right now, the defense had a shaky game, man. We let one guy really take full advantage of us. We let Dalvin Cook squeak a big ass run on us. Other than that, we were pretty tight. So I don't worry as much for this defense. I know we're going to get back on track. We got a lot of veteran guys on the squad that'll get us back on track. But on the back end side is where we lack the veteran ability. Now, hopefully, Jordan Poyer is playing this game. Now, I haven't seen him trending like he wasn't playing. So far, what I do know is that Tremaine Edmonds is out for sure. Greg Rousseau is out for sure. Tre'Davious White out for sure. He ain't playing. So chances are Poyer is going to be playing this game. So when Jordan Poyer is out of the game, we're 1-3. When he's in, 5-0. So that should tell you the big difference that Jordan Poyer does and makes for this team. So you have Jordan Poyer and having Hamlin out there, and Hamlin's been playing extremely well, and he's playing with a lot of confidence. Those two should really give a little bit of a confidence boost to this defense, some veteran ability, right? Some leadership back there. Now, Kaiir Elam, I'm not sure what the deal is with Kaiir Elam. Maybe he's due back. Christian Benford, had some time in, and so did Dane Jackson. So we'll see how that plays out. Dean Marlowe might get some time. You know what I'm saying? Some familiarity. We need some guys that know this defense, that know where they're supposed to be, where we're going to soon find out. And then last but not least, obviously, you saw the difference when Tremaine Edmonds was out. When Tremaine Edmonds was out, the defense was still good, but just not the same. And you know the difference when Matt Milano's not in. When Matt Milano is not in and Tremaine Edmonds is in, it's a different defense. It's lovely when we have both guys on the field, which we had last week until Edmonds was off to the sideline. So we need to just get some cohesiveness, a nice nucleus, nice base, so we can just have an understanding. We just need guys back, right? And what a big one would be is to have Trey White back, but he's not ready. Now, based on information coming from my guy, the Thigh Master Alex, the average time for guys to be out on this type of injury is about 12 months, give or take. Right now, Trey's at like 11.5, 11.8 months right now. So he's near the time to come back. When he'll come back, probably 2 weeks from now. And some people are growing very frustrated with Trey White not being back. A lot of people say, man, just count him out for the year, man. He done. He ain't coming back. Just count his ass out. I'm not quite there yet. I feel like the more time he's out, the better it is for him, because he's just sure. I'm going to tell you right now, if you guys watched the Baltimore Ravens when they took on the Miami Dolphins, Marcus Peters looked rough. But Marcus Peters was coming back from same freaking injury. So it took him some time. It took him like 2 to 3 games to really get back to, you know what I'm saying, being on top of things. So Trey White, although he's not in right now, once he does get in, don't expect him to come off.
Buffalo Fanatics, what's going on? This is Pierre the Kingpin, and I wanted to talk to you today about Cigars International, which is the ultimate destination for of premium homemade cigars. Known as the industry leader, Cigars International offers the largest selection, unbeatable prices, and a customer service experience that's second to none. Whether you're new to cigars or a seasoned vet, Cigars International makes enjoying cigars easy, approachable, and fun. Cigars International is the go-to retailer for all things cigars, with the biggest selection of premium homemade cigars available anywhere. Cigars International offers unbeatable deals and discounts, making it easy to stock up on your favorite or try something new without breaking the bank. With fast free shipping and their 100% satisfaction guarantee, you can shop with confidence knowing that Cigars International stands behind every order. They have good relationship with vendors that helps provide great low prices. Whether you're new to cigars or a seasoned pro, Cigars International makes it easy to find the right cigar with helpful guides, staff reviews, and expert advice. It's not just about cigars. Cigars International also offers a wide range of accessories and more to elevate your smoking experience. Check out the great deals every day at cigarsinternational.com. That's cigars, CIGARS, international.com. Use code FANATICS at checkout for 20% off your order of $50 or more, plus free shipping. Or visit www.cigarsinternational.com/fanatics, and the discount will automatically apply. Again, use code FANATICS at checkout for 20% off your order of $50 or more, plus free shipping. Or visit www.cigarsinternational.com/fanatics, and the discount will automatically apply.
Like ready to roll. It's going to take him a game, 2, maybe 3 games to get back into, you know what I'm saying, playing contact football. So we'll see how that plays out. But this defense, if we're going to make something happen in this game, it's going to start on the backs of this defense, especially against a very good Cleveland Browns team. Now, let's get right into it, man. How we gonna win this game, man? Right. First of all, we're not playing in Buffalo, so we're on turf. So right now, everyone's on fair ground. There ain't no weather elements. There's no wind. This is straight me against you, athlete versus athlete. We're gonna find out which team, you know what I'm saying, can really come out and show what's good. Sometimes the elements change the way games are played, right? Some guys are not very good at playing in the cold. Some guys are great. This has nothing to do with anything. This has nothing to do with anything. This Browns team, although they're 3-6, they're not a 3-6 type of team. I think we all know that. So they came in and beat the Panthers 26-24. They lost to the Jets on a close one, 31-30, back in week 2. And then that they beat the Steelers. They lost to the Falcons. That was a stinker one. I don't know how that happened. They barely lost to the Chargers, 30-28. They lost to the Patriots. That was a game that they just things didn't go right. That was I remember watching that game. That was just almost every mistake that could happen happened to the Cleveland Browns. And they lost to the Ravens, 23-20. Same score as us. They beat the Bengals, 32-13. And they lost to they recently just lost to the Dolphins 39-17. So Jacoby Brissett has been holding it down as much as he can until Watson comes back, but it's not, this is not a Jacoby Brissett team. This is a run team with some good defensive pieces on the squad. So looking at what they have, I mean, right now, Nick Chubb he's like 100 yards shy from 1,000 yards this year. You know what I'm saying? He's got 160 carries, and he's already got 11 freaking rushing touchdowns. He's got 11 rushing touchdowns already. All right. Amari Cooper. Don't forget, these guys got some good players on the squad. They got Amari Cooper, their best receiver. I'm looking at to see who else they got out there, right? So they got Amari Cooper. Obviously, you got Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt running the rock right now. You know You got Amari Cooper. You got Donovan Peoples-Jones. You got David Njoku. My man James says, yo, man, they're 3-6. They're not a very good team. You know what I'm saying? And some people might say the Bills are 6-3. They're not a very good team. You know what I'm saying? Because of the 2 losses we took, people might be looking like, so records sometimes don't mean nothing, man. It's about matchups. Don't forget, people. It's all about matchups. Matchups. And Bills fans, sometimes we get this way where we feel we got this. We said the same shit against the Jets. We said the same shit against the Vikings. And look at the results. We're the team sitting here 0-2 the last 2 games. I'm just saying. So we got to get off this whole like, but they're the Browns. They're 3-6. Don't buy that bullshit. Do not buy that bullshit, man. It's about matchups. And right now they have a very good O-line and 2 solid backs. So they're going to try to establish the run on us early. And we don't match well against them when it comes to running. So for us, we got to get on them in the air and quickly so we can neutralize that part. But I'm going to get into that in just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But not a bad team. Not a bad team at all. And they got a good pass rusher, obviously, in my man Myles Garrett. And then they got Jeremiah Owasu. I mean, I guess we're going to JOK. JOK's they got some good players on there, but defensively, they've allowed a lot of points, man. They've allowed a lot of points. So this is ideally a game where Bills should come in and be angry, pissed off, and run amok and throw all over this Browns defense. That's the hope. And I hope that's the way it goes down. But matchups are everything, man. So we got to neutralize that damn run game. So looking at what we need to do and keys to victory, here's number 1. I mean, I think this is the obvious, right? And before I get in there, I got to give a shout out to my man, Jonah Perisky. What up, Jonah? Jonah, my Dolphins fan. Jonah must be at the top of the world right now because he's a loyal Dolphins fan, but he is a true, let me put it this way, man. Jonah keeps it real. He doesn't put the fluff. I'm going to put your statement up in just a second, Jonah. He's like my man, Kevin. And Jonah, actually, I should have you on the show sometime soon. Actually, the next time that Bills and Dolphins play, I want to bring you on if you're down. But anyway, Jonah keeps it real. He's like Kevin. Keeps it real, doesn't fluff, and he tells it like it is. He's been watching the Bills a long time, and he knows what's good. Now, before I even read what he says, let me see what Jonah says. Jonah says, the Browns are a typical 3-6 team. They are awful. Losing to them is inexcusable. Myles Garrett just threw the entire coaching staff under the bus. If the Bills lose on Sunday, it's time to panic in Orchard Park. Oh, Jonah, I didn't see that coming. I didn't see that coming. Well, Jonah put it out there. He says the Browns are awful. I don't think they're awful, but he says they're awful. I mean, Jonah's talking right now because the Dolphins just put a licking on the Browns last week, 39-17. So I can understand why he's talking the way he's talking. However, they're 3-6. They've only won 3 games. And if Myles Garrett, I didn't even know Myles Garrett put his team under the bus like that, but he's probably pissed off. You know what I'm saying? But you kind of knew this was going to be happening, Myles Garrett, because you don't have your true starting quarterback. Now, the real statement that stood out right here was, if the Bills lose on Sunday, it's time to panic in Orchard Park. Now, that's the big one. And does my man Jonah have a point? If the Bills do lose on Sunday, are we to panic? Is it time to panic? That would drop the Bills to 6-4. That would drop the Bills. Actually, that would make the Bills losing to another conference foe. We can't have that. And are you guys in agreement with that? Is Jonah correct? My man James says Jonah is right, Rico. Stop playing, man. He's right. Let me put it this way. My man says, damn right we panic. Well, here's the deal. Do we panic? Is it reason for us to panic? Panic? No. I don't think it's for us to panic. Concerned? Absolutely. Absolutely concerned. Panic? I'm like, panic. You know when people panic, you start throwing anything at the wall to try to get out of this mess that you're in. If we lose to the Browns, I don't think we're going to be like, okay, let's try to do things. Let's change things up. I don't think it's going to get to that point. I think it's going to be like, yo, dig down and just get out of this freaking slump that we're in. But let's not put ourselves in that freaking position. Please, let's not put ourselves in that position because they will get on our ass, and as they should. If we lose to the freaking Cleveland Browns, they should get on our ass and not let off of us. They shouldn't. We should have no business. You know what I'm saying? Having any type of, because no excuses, inexcusable. And he said it, inexcusable to lose. And it'd be tough. Now, the matchup is a tough one. And so I don't want to think that we're just going to get it just like that. But is it time for us to panic? No. But I think it's more so it's a pause. You got to pause for a minute and now show some concern because I'll be concerned. Now, and it's tough before the game, but where we fail is going to be the problem. So if Josh Allen continues to throw the ball away, now this is where you're going to be like, okay, what the fuck is happening? Josh just can't seem to hold on to the football. He's throwing the damn, like, do I need to get Coach Boone to come out? You know what I'm saying? And treat you like Petey? I don't want that to happen. And if you guys catch that reference, kudos to you. But I don't want Coach McDermott having to knock on Coach Boone's door and say, yo, man, I need you to come talk to Josh Allen and give him that Petey treatment. You know what I'm saying? You drop the ball, you run a mile. You throw the interception, you run a mile. Like, listen, if Coach Boone was coaching this team, man, Josh Allen would be the most in shape cat ever because my man's throwing picks left, right, center. We need to slow down them interceptions, you know what I'm saying, and chill out before we start making you run a mile like Petey. You feel me? So there's a lot that would have to be concerned. So if he comes into this game and he's giving the ball away to the Cleveland Browns and we lose because of that, we got problems. We got big problems. And that's where there's going to be big time concern. Panic? No. Very big concerns? Abso-freaking-lutely. So, and that's number one, right? Panic, no. Concern, yes. So I appreciate you, by the way, Jonah, for that comment. Kind of gets the juices flowing a little bit because now it got me thinking. If we really want to win this weekend, the one way to win in this game is to have balance. You want to be able to keep guys off your back by running the football. If you can't run the football and all you do is freaking pass, you become predictable. And when you're predictable, we play you better. We line up different because we know what you're going to do. We know your tendencies. And if you guys have not been paying attention, Patrick Peterson, where's my phone at? Patrick Peterson pretty much called out. I don't know if you guys have been paying attention on my Twitter. I found All Things Covered podcast. And Patrick Peterson, DB for the Vikings, pretty much called this out, pretty much knowing what we were going to do. Let me show you. Let me play you a clip real quick.
Yeah, break down the play for us.
The play, man, on that play, it was 4th and 2. You know, at that point, evidently those guys were trying to go for the dagger. You know, and just put the dagger in us. You know, just take all the air out of us. You know,
that 4th and 2 play, man. Just take the fucking points, man. Take the points. I was so mad. Before they even went for it, I was like, yo, take the points. Don't. I get it. You want to go for the dagger, but there's still so much game left. Take the points. Nope. McDermott made the call to go for it.
At that point of the game. And as a defense, you play defense. You know, you always want to make them play one more down, make them snap it again.
Yep.
And that's what we did, you know. And with me, I think it was a 2-by-2 set. It was a wide formation. Davis was out wide, if I'm not mistaken. He motioned in to create like a stack. He ran like a quick under. McKenzie ran a speed out. And
so now he's explaining that 4th and 2. So pretty much what he said was, he's like, McKenzie is a quick, and this is the thing about and I gotta say this because film matters. People watch the film, tendencies matter. So when you have a quick guy like McKenzie, they only run certain routes. Quick outs, wheel routes, you know what I'm saying? Flat. You're not very rare do you see them run posts, right? That's a bigger guy, possession guy. You know what I'm saying? Runs out. So he in that sequence, he's like, he ran a quick out. I followed him, and then I tossed him out of bounds. So knowing that once he gets out of bounds, he can't come in bounds to try to catch the football. That's a flag. So now Josh Allen, now realizing that, so he says, okay, he sees that DB is following, he's following McKenzie, and now McKenzie's out of bounds. Josh is paying attention to Dawson Knox on the back end, whips it. Pat Peterson was like, hold on, McKenzie can't come back in there. He doesn't know that I'm uncovered. Interception, right? That was the first one, right? So he explains that. Now this is the one that I really wanted you guys to listen to.
To the left,
And
he
this
looks
is
to the right.
Overtime.
I said, if you're looking to the right, the left corner is Pat P. Take us through that play. Take us through that play, Pat P. Were you in man? Were you in quarters? Were you in zone? What were you in? And take us through what you saw, because you were on Gabe Davis, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Yeah, I was on Gabe Davis, man. And I can show you in my notes. Routes that Gabe Davis run, post, dig, slant occasionally. If it's 2x2 open set, and he'll give you a glance route if he's that X receiver
4 routes
in a cut split with the running back, to his side. So therefore,
So as a DB, when you know what your opponent runs, typically, half the battle's done. I know what you're running. So now I can kind of play, I can bait. I can make it look like I don't know what you're doing and look like and boom, I can jump on that shit. So he knows exactly what Gabe Davis runs. And when you are a receiver and your repertoire is, I don't know, I'm based on what Patrick Peterson is telling us, you only got 4 routes in your route tree when there are 9 routes and you only run 4 of them. I got you. You feel me? So listen up.
Does that only apply in the field, or does that apply in the red zone as well?
Everywhere. That applies everywhere. And
okay.
Buffalo big concept in the red zone is laser, meaning the number 2 receiver is like a clear out guy. He's basically running to the opposite pylon.
Mm-hmm.
And that the number 1 receiver behind him, because he's the clear out guy, is running a dig. That's basically the concept they ran.
Right.
For me to pick that off. And they also like to run a double Dino, which is a double post.
So that double post is a quarters beater is what they say. So when these guys are playing quarters defense, you know what I'm saying, everybody's got their zones. Your double slant or your double post is pretty easy, man. Josh can pretty much pick what he wants. So on that play, Josh wanted Gabe that whole time. You know what I'm saying? And it's worked before. If you go back to that Chiefs game, Josh hit my man on a post play money. And it was on it. So he tried to go for it again on that quarters defense. But Pat P was like, I've seen you do this before. And I know that's what he does. And he's going to do it to me again. So what does Pat P do? Watch this.
Zone beater. That's a red zone beater.
That's a quarters beater. And that's what we were saying. Everybody loves to run that. That's those guys' 2 main concepts. And with me going back to my film study, me being on Gabe Davis at the time, like, all right, man, this guy here, he's an inside breaking receiver. He showed me that all game. He didn't give me nothing else all game, like we talked about. He showed me something on tape, and it validated itself in the game. I was like, oh, yeah, it's crunch time.
Sorry.
If he run this route, I'm going to go pick this ball up. You can ask Tre'Davious White. I was on their sideline. I said, Trey, if they come into this side, I'm about to pick this ball up. And lo and behold, we was in quarters. I knew Josh knew we was in quarters. They ran the laser concept. And then motion over. They tried to hide it. It started off in a bunch. Motioned them over. Ended up in a 2x2 set. Ran the laser concept. 85 was a clear out guy. Josh thought he had it. And like I said.
And that's what it was. 85 was Quentin Morris. Quentin Morris came in, tried to clear out. And then here comes Davis behind him, and Allen tried to trust his arm because he got power to throw it in there. And Patrick Peterson knows that, so he's like, "All right, I'm gonna make it look like it's open." And then I'm going to just undercut it. And that's exactly what he did. He undercut that thing and game over, sealed. Now, most people say that was a bad pass from Josh, or you could just say it was a bad decision by Josh. Who knows, man? Maybe the play was there, maybe it wasn't. Pat P was like, I made it look like it was there, but I closed on it and game over. Anyway, it sucks to go back over it, but the point I'm trying to make is we've got to be a little more creative. We've got to be a little bit more, I'm saying, unpredictable, because teams are starting to kind of figure us out. And it was very clear by what Patrick Peterson said, man. He only runs a few routes. You know what I'm saying? And I know what Josh likes to do when it comes into the red zone. This double D knows that's a red zone beater. These guys like to do that. That's the concept that they do. I'm on that shit. So I'm hoping that the whole team heard that shit and they start to kind of, you know what I'm saying, change things up. Or if you're bold enough, do it again, but this time execute. You know what I'm saying? Execute. That's what it comes down to at the end of the day. Now, how do we win this game? How do we freaking win this game? Well, it's freaking simple, man. It is. Jacoby Brissett is Jacoby Brissett, man. I don't trust Jacoby Brissett. I can't say I don't trust him, because I said the same thing about freaking Zach Wilson, and Zach Wilson and Garrett Wilson connected, and they were problems for us that whole game. So Jacoby Brissett has had a decent connection with Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper is a hell of a route runner, a great route runner at that. They got a good defense. They got a good tight end in David Njoku. So we've got some work cut out for us. So we just got to make sure that we buckle down. First and foremost, seal and take away that run. That run game is something else, man. So, Daquan Jones, Tim Settle, listen, Ed Oliver, y'all going to have your work cut out, because that O-line is a good one. That's a good O-line led by their center, led by former Bill guard. You know what I'm saying? So, like, this is a good squad. So we just got to make sure that we freaking slow that team down. Kareem Hunt and Chubb, we just can't let them have it. We just can't. They got to earn every morsel, every yard they've got to earn. If they've got to give this guy 42 fucking carries and he earns 80 yards, I'm fine with that, man. Because we're going to try to not give this guy an inch. So Lou says, yo, what's the blueprint, man? What's the blueprint? The blueprint is simple, man. Stop the freaking run. That's number one. You got to slow it down. You really got to slow it down. Now, and it's all about the penetration in the middle. So you got to, guys like, especially with Nick Chubb, you got to string that guy to the sideline. Like, string him like the same. You got to treat him the same way you treat Henry. Get him before he gets going. Get him before his legs get going forward. So if we can get that out of the way, man, that's a big part of this game. All right, that's number one. Number two, in order to neutralize that, we got to put points on the board ourselves, right? Not just in the first half. We got to be able to do that in the second half, because we have not scored in 3 freaking games in the second half. So we've got to be able to, get our act together and put points on the board. So that way it turns the Browns into a one-dimensional team. They've got to pass the football. And this is where we get our guys to get after it, like Von Miller. We paid this man a lot of money. Get after that. So let's slow down that run. You know what I'm saying? String him out. Get him to the sidelines, man. Don't let him go north-south. We got to keep him east-west. String his ass out. That's number one. Number two, Josh Allen, man, he can't turn the ball over. We just can't. We can't give him the football, man. So if you got to check down, then check down. Now, here's my thing about the check down. Now that Josh is aware that he needs to check down, I wonder how often he's going to check down. Where we're looking at this game going, this is weird. This is a weird Josh Allen. But we're not going to be in a position to say and call it out that it's weird, because he's doing what is essential for this offense to roll. Instead of him forcing everything, he's got to take what's there. So we're going to be in a tough position where we're like, oh, this is weird. This is not a Josh Allen that I'm used to. This is a different Josh Allen. But Josh Allen he's going to be the Josh Allen that doesn't want to turn the ball over. Now, is he going to be a scared Josh Allen? Heck no, he's not. He's just going to be a more careful Josh Allen and not just going to take everything that's there. So I'm hoping that he finds the balance. I'm hoping that he finds the balance. But like, man, if a guy is right there and you can gain 8 yards with him, let him do it. And you know what? Let that yak yards do its work. Devin Singler can make anybody miss. Khalil Shakir can make anybody miss, man. Let these guys do work. You know what I'm saying? So take the check down. Take that opportunity because it's going to be there. This defense is not a good defense. They're not a good defense. So if it's there, take it. Don't force it. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, it's going to come down to coaching, man. Ken Dorsey, McDermott hasn't been coaching scared, so I don't think he's going to be coaching scared. I think he's going to continue to do that. But Ken Dorsey, find ways to get your guys involved. You know what I'm saying? That's like get your playmakers involved, man. You brought in Naeem Hines, man, get him the ball. You got James Cook, you drafted him in the second round, get him the ball. Get these guys the ball. Get the playmakers the ball. Let them do what they're supposed to do. I'd love to see a lot of that happen. And here's the thing, man. What we gotta avoid is obviously turning the ball over. We just obviously gotta avoid that. Avoid the stupid penalties. We had 7 penalties for 69 yards last week. Avoid the stupid penalties, man. The drive-killing penalties, we gotta avoid that shit. At the end of the day, we just can't. We can't. And at the end of the day, man, fucking score, man. Score. That's all I need. That's all we need from you, man. Score. Jordan Poyer should be back, so we should have some continuity in the back end of the defense. So we'll start to, you know what I mean, slow these offenses down, and then give the ball back to the offense and let us do what we do. We just got to get back on track. But we got to play our brand of football, man. Let's go. Anyway, that's it for me. I need to get out there and get that off my chest. This is going to be a tricky game, man. This game coming up is not going to be one that we're going to just walk right through it. And if we do, fan-freaking-tastic. I just don't like the matchup. The matchup is not one that I'm a fan of. So let's take a look at the pickups for the week, man. Let's see what we got. Boy, how did we do last week? First and foremost, let's talk about it. So Seattle lost to Tampa, so we didn't do well there. The Bills lost to the Vikings. We didn't do well there. Detroit beat Chicago. We didn't do well there. Yo, we had a horrible week, man. Tennessee beat the Broncos. Like, dude, we had an awful week for picking. Oh, my goodness, man. Y'all let me pick? That is freaking god-awful. Let me just go back. I just want to make sure that I'm right with what I had. Yo, Tampa won. Obviously, Detroit won. Tennessee won. Kansas City won, obviously. So we picked the Kansas City game. Miami beat the Browns. We picked that one. Giants beat the Houston. Saints. Who did the Saints play? The Saints played Pittsburgh. And the Saints, who won that game? Oh, yeah, it's 20-10 for Pittsburgh. How did Pittsburgh? We lost that one, too. I did not see that one coming. The Raiders lost to freaking Indy, and we thought the Raiders were going to win. Come on, man. Whoo! The Raiders. What a hot mess those guys are. You got your quarterback crying on TV now. It's garbage. Green Bay comes back and beats Dallas. Yo, we had a horrible week, man. Did the Rams win? I don't even know if the Rams win. I think the Rams lost. Or did the Cards win? I'm trying to remember what happened with the Cardinals and the Rams. I know that was a shitty ass game. Arizona won. Yeah, Cardinals lost. Cardinals won, excuse me. So we picked the Cards to win. San Francisco won. And Washington with the upset special. Remember when I called it? I said upset special. I'm picking Washington over the Eagles. And I got that one. My upset special is pretty damn good so far, folks. I'm not going to front. It's pretty damn good, man. Pretty damn good. Yo, James said, yo, stop saying we. It was you. Your picks are garbage. Yo, you're right. You're absolutely right about that. Scott Van Loo says, yo, 2 questions, Rico. First one is, when are they going to use Hines? Bro, fantastic question. I have no idea when they're going to use Hines. I have no idea. Hopefully it's this week. But they keep freaking messing around with people, man. We got them in the trade, and we're not utilizing him like we should. And why aren't they playing white? Or why are they playing white? Are they saving him for playoffs? Oh, why aren't they playing white? Well, Tre'Davious White, he's just not ready yet. And McDermott said he's just not ready. He feels maybe it's a mental thing. Who knows? But he's just not 100% ready. So, and he's not about to risk putting Tre'Davious out there if he's not physically and ready to go 100% mentally and physically. So he's keeping him out there. I respect it. I think we're more frustrated than anything, but I don't think we still have a top 10 defense. So it's not like we're dying without having Tre'Davious White. And truth be told, Justin Jefferson probably would have done the same thing if in this game, maybe not as many statistics, but probably would have ate just as much in this game because he's that good. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. My man Mike says, yo, Rico, you picked Commanders for the upset second time in 3 weeks. Hey, Mike, you paying attention, son? Mike's paying attention. Mike knows what's up, man. Yo, Taylor Heinicke's got these guys playing, man. I'm not going to lie. Sheesh. All right. Now let's pick these weeks. Yo, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Man, I had 6 games right. Golly, that was horrible. Yo, Andrew's like, yo, stop putting we in this, man. It was you. You made those picks. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely freaking right. All right, let's get this party started, man. Let's see what we got here. Here we go. Pick them for week 11. Tennessee, obviously, they took down Green Bay. Green Bay was hot last week, and then they just went back to being normal again. So they lost that game. So here we go. Chicago, Atlanta. Chicago and Atlanta. The 3-7 Chicago Bears take on Atlanta. Who you guys like in that one? I don't know, man. I'm kind of feeling Chicago right now. And so they got Atlanta winning this one. Atlanta's -3. I'm taking the upset. I say the Bears over Atlanta. What do you guys think? Or are you guys going to just let me do this on my own, huh? That was you. You made that call. Okay, now you guys are making a call with me. Andrew, yo, Lipsit's like, yo, that was you making the call. Look at you. You trying to make calls with me. So don't just say it was me that's making the call. It's all of us making this, right? I say Bears win this one too. Bears over Atlanta. I'm taking that. Let's roll. All right, next up. All right. Cleveland, Buffalo. Man, I'm taking Buffalo because Buffalo needs this game. They need it. So Buffalo over Cleveland. All day. There's no questions. There's no and, ifs, or buts. They need this game. Simple as that. Philadelphia and Indianapolis. Well, I'm taking Philly because I can't see Philly losing again. And Indy's just with the new head coach, with Jeff Saturday, I can't see Indy upsetting Philly. So let me give, you know what though? How you guys feel about this one? Philly over Indy, or does Indy have something? And Indy wants to put something through. I see. Andrew's like, yo, my bad, man. Mine were terrible too. Yeah. Last week was an awful week. No, I don't think anybody won money on that week. That was a weird week. So who you guys got, man? Eagles? You like the Eagles? Eagles over Indy? Yeah, I think I'm taking Philly over Indy. I'm taking that one. Let me see. What do we got? Jets, Patriots. What do you guys think about that one? The Jets and Patriots. Something tells me New England is going to take on the Jets. I think New England beats the Jets. And then that fucks the whole AFC East up. Yo, okay, you guys are with me. You guys are with me. I'm taking Patriots, man. Patriots over the Jets. I think Bill Belichick is like, nah, man, I ain't losing no Jets. I'm not losing to the Jets. So Patriots over the Jets. And I think this is their second matchup, I think. Yeah, I think Pats take the Jets too. You guys are with me? Okay, we're on the same page. Let's do this. Next up, Chiefs and New Orleans. Man, what an ugly game that is. And I don't even know if Stafford is playing. Stafford might be playing. And they're going with Andy Dalton. Jameis Winston's pretty much lost his job. So he's a free agent for next year. That's for damn sure. So Rams at New Orleans. I don't even know what to say. Who you guys like? Rams, Saints. What do you guys like? Rams or Saints? Talk to me now. Rams, Saints. What do you guys got? Right now, I'm thinking I have no idea. That's a toss-up for me. That's like a 50-50. Let's see what they're saying about this game. Let's go to the Gamecast. Gamecast is saying, see, that's a tough one, right? See, this is like a 47 to 52%. So they got the Saints because the Saints are at home at -3. Saints at home -3. You guys like the Saints in this one? Kamara's going off. And the Rams are just not that good, man. The Rams are just shaky right now. So you know what? I'm gonna take the Saints as well. Because you guys took the Saints. So I'm taking the Saints. Saints over the Rams. I'll take that. All right. Next up. Carolina, Baltimore. Well, give me Baltimore. That's an easy one. Baltimore over the Panthers. That's a no-brainer. I don't even need to talk about it. Washington, Houston. Give me the Commanders. Give me Washington over the Texans. I'll take that all day. There's nothing really to talk about that. And listen, Cooper Kupp being out for the Rams game, for those that do fantasy and that have that have Allen Robinson, like I do, that's been suffering and making him start every week, thinking that, okay, this is the game. Well, guess what? There is no Cooper Kupp. So this is the game that Allen Robinson goes off for the next 4 weeks. And hopefully you guys have built a chemistry together that you can keep going. That gets me to win my damn fantasy league. Jeez. Anyway, proceed. So I got Washington over Houston, Philly over Indy. I got Patriots over the Jets. Detroit Giants. I mean, Brian Dable got these boys playing, right? So I'm taking the Giants over the Lions. I got Denver and what a horrible game to watch. Denver and Las Vegas. Yo, this guy said Robinson's washed. He's not washed. You know what? You want to know who's washed? Freaking Matthew Stafford is washed. Matthew Stafford's the one that's washed. Not Robinson. Anyway, I digress. Okay, who do you got, man? Vegas and the Broncos. Las Vegas, Raiders and the Broncos. Raiders and the Broncos. You guys like Denver? Are we riding with Denver? Let's ride. Yo, we picked a lot of winners this week. Yeah, we about to find out what we did. Who do we got? You like the Raiders? You think all that boo-hoo-hooing that Derek Carr did is gonna, get them the win? I mean, I can't see it. They got a talented team, and they just can't put it together, man. I'm blaming that on head coach, man. Get that bum out of there. I mean, Denver's got a good defense, though, man. Denver's got a decent defense. Broncos, Raiders are cooked. Yo, that's an awful game to watch. Actually, let me see who they got winning this game, because I really don't know. That's a toss-up, man. So right now, Vegas has, they got Raiders 63% winning this one. And that's the on the road team. Raiders at 2.5. I kind of like the Raiders though. They got a lot of weapons on that team, man. Raiders over the Broncos. I think I fuck with that. I mess with that. I like it. Who do we got? And we got a few more games to pick, and then that's it for the night. Let's see. We got Detroit. We did that one. Dallas, Minnesota. Dallas, obviously, they lost that last game. That's a tough one, man. Minnesota going to Dallas. Actually, Dallas going to Minnesota. Justin Jefferson is probably hurt. He's questionable right now. He's got a toe injury. So you can't really fully be yourself with a toe injury. So I'm going to give Dallas the edge. I'm going to say Cowboys beat the... I think the Cowboys beat the Vikes, man. Justin Jefferson is that team. Dallas going to upset? Yeah, I think I'm picking Dallas too, man. Mike Harson, Skull, you think they're going to win that? Dallas, if Diggs is on Jefferson. Jefferson is not 100%. And Adam Thielen is just not the same receiver he was back in the day. So that's where they're at right now. Cincinnati, Pittsburgh. I'm taking Cincy. Now, Pittsburgh has Watt back. TJ Watt is back. He's made a huge difference, but I think Cincy is just ready to roll. So I say Cincy over Pitt. I might regret that one, but I'm taking Cincy over that one. And last but not least, two more games. We got Kansas City Chiefs against the Chargers, and I think the Chargers gain back Keenan Allen and they get Mike Williams back, but that defense is just not the same. So I'm taking KC over the Chargers, and if the Chargers win that game, even better. But I'm taking the KC against them, and San Francisco, Arizona, taking SF against the Cards. Now, is there an upset special in this one? I think I took the Bears over Atlanta. But is that really an upset? Bears over Atlanta, Patriots over the Jets. I like that one. I like that matchup. But there's not really any upset specials that we picked. So I don't know. I think I'm gonna keep it like that. I'm gonna keep it like that. If Chargers win, great. But let me tell you, man, the implications of the Patriots Jets game. Because, and who's Miami? Miami have a bye? Because I didn't see Miami. I think Miami's got a bye this week, right? I think they may have a bye. Yes, they do have a bye, actually. So Dolphins are chilling right now and in a great position. If the Patriots beat the Jets, that just brings everything back into the fold. And if the Bills win, it's Miami and the Bills back on top. And then it's just, man, it's going to be something. One Punch Man says, yo, Rico, have you ever used the Mr. Unlimited line in the bedroom? I think it works. I've seen it on the TV. I have no idea what that is, brother. But if it's working for you, man, keep holding it down, bro. Keep holding it down. Mr. Unlimited. All right, man. Listen, folks, that's it for me. I hope you guys have a good weekend. I hope my voice didn't really throw you guys off like that. But hopefully I'm getting back to it. So I hope I'm 100% and much ready and better to go by Sunday if the freaking game goes on Sunday. That's if the game goes on and happens on Sunday. So we shall see, folks. We shall see. So we got our games picked. Bears over Atlanta, Buffalo over Cleveland, Philly over Indy, Patriots over the Jets. I think that's going to be my upset special right there. Upset specials right there is the Patriots over the Jets. I'm taking that upset. Saints, Rams, Baltimore over the Panthers, Washington over the Texans, Giants over the Lions, Raiders over the Broncos, Cowboys over the Vikings. And probably the Vikings are the ones that are favored in that game. But anyway, Cincy over Pittsburgh, KC over the Chargers. That game is always a tough one, especially because now Justin Herbert's going to have Keenan Allen and Mike Williams back. So that's always going to be a tough one. But that defense, J.C. Jackson being out for the year, it's not the same. It's not the same. And then San Francisco, I don't see them losing to the Cardinals. So that's just what it's going to be, man. So on your way out, people, do me a favor. Smash that like, hit that like, do all that good stuff to it. And if you guys have not subscribed to the Buffalo Fanatics, do that right this second. If you guys have not followed me on Twitter, right there, hit that up, Rico_BF_ right now, and go from there, man. If Twitter is still to exist. If it doesn't exist, that's the end of Twitter. And then we'll just find another way to kind of chop it up. But good thing is this platform's still going to be around for us to talk Bills football. So that's it for me, folks. You guys have yourself a great weekend. We'll catch you guys on Sunday after the game. And hopefully we're talking this was a blowout. We're not talking about what the F, time to panic, push the panic button. I really don't want to have that conversation. But if we must have that conversation, trust me, it's going to be had, and y'all going to hear it from me. But I hope we don't have to get there. It's not time for that. We're going to get our shit together. We're going to get back on track and get back to business. So that's it. I appreciate y'all tuning in always, every week. It doesn't go unnoticed. You guys are great. And listen, man, enjoy the rest of your weekend. And until next time, folks. Oh, who let y'all know that is my birthday? Hey, who told you guys that? You sneaky Melissa Stage. How did you know that? And how did you figure that out? Anyway, it's not my birthday. My birthday is not today, though, by the way. My birthday, ironically, is on Sunday, the 20th. So they better come and give me a W for my birthday. I'm not trying to mess around with y'all, man. Anyway, appreciate y'all. But Melissa, how did you find that out, man? Sneaky person. But anyway, you guys have a great weekend. We'll catch you on the flip side. Enjoy yourself. We'll see you guys Sunday. And until next time, it's your boy. And I'm gone. Let's go. Salute to him, he the general now. Rico got legends for interviews. How the Buffalo Bills got the best fan base. Away games, red, white, blue in the crowd. Hey, I'm a Buffalo fanatic. Play good, be humble. Number 17, the captain. I'm a Buffalo fanatic. I'm a Buffalo fanatic. I'm a Buffalo fanatic. Hey, I'm a Buffalo fanatic. Hey, I'm a Buffalo fanatic.
If you're a custodial supervisor at a local high school, you know that cleanliness is key, and that the best place to get cleaning supplies is from Grainger. Grainger helps you stay fully stocked on the products you trust, from paper towels and disinfectants to floor scrubbers. Plus, you can rely on Grainger for easy reordering, so you never run out of what you need. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
If you're a podcast host, listen up, this one's for you. My name is Allie Jackson. I'm the host of Finding Mr. Height, a dating and relationship podcast that I've been doing for 4 years now, sharing my positive and practical approach to dating that's built on my own life experience. And I wanted to share another experience that I've had, my secret behind monetizing my show. It's called Red Circle, and I was just telling my colleague about how much I love their platform. With Red Circle, not only am I getting a seamless hosting experience, but I also love the support I receive in ad sales. It's not just typical ad sales either. It's targeted opportunities based on my show and my life. And the platform is super simple. You just set your preferences and Red Circle matches you with sponsors that align with your show. You can vet every opportunity and their platform gives you great analytics. More recently too, my Red Circle team has brought me opportunities outside of my podcast on social media to really augment the podcast partnerships, bring them full circle. I just can't recommend them enough. If you want to give it a try, go to redcircle.com to get your free trial. That's redcircle.com for a free trial.